Hello again, everybody. Bo James right along here with a brand new episode of Southern States Wrestling, as we are only 7 days away from a big night of wrestling. Saturday night, November 3rd, Daniel Boone High School, Gray, Tennessee. Going to tell you all kinds of news and information about that today. Joe Wheeler is going to be along to call some action. Nathan Little has sent some interviews in today, and we got a lot to cover. But before we get to Saturday night, November 3rd, Monday, the 29th of October, right here, this upcoming Monday in 2018, makes 30 years that I have been involved in professional wrestling. It's my 30-year anniversary that we're going to celebrate next Saturday night, but Monday's the actual anniversary. And make sure you check out Kingsport Times News, as Matthew Lane has did a story on me and my 30 years of professional wrestling. Thanks to Matthew, thanks to Times News, and it might possibly be in the Johnson City Press also, but I know it will be in the Times News on Monday. Now let's get down to it and let's talk about it. Saturday night, November 3rd, been telling you about it for a few weeks now. Mega Pro Heavyweight Champion Eric Darkstorm returns to East Tennessee to defend his heavyweight title against sensational Wayne Atkins in what should be an instant classic. It's a match that I'm excited about. It's a match I know you're going to be excited to watch. It's going to be great right there Saturday night, November 3rd. Then also already, we've been telling you about it, signed. We announced the matchup last week. Misty James defends her Southern States women's title against Danny Ferrara. Misty, a throwback to the lady wrestlers of bygone eras. She can wrestle. She knows holds and counter holds. She's not afraid to mix it up. Let's take a look right now at Misty James in action. Then you're going to see her opponent, Danny, in action also. Saturday night, November 3rd. It's shaping up to be a spectacular.
All right, wrestling fans, Joe Wheeler here for the Call of the Action with All-Star Wrestling, featuring stars of Southern States Wrestling here at the Carroll County Fair in Hillsville, Virginia. We've got Southern States Wrestling Ladies Champion Misty James taking care of business in there, as this is a ladies title matchup here. Misty James defending the Southern States Wrestling Ladies Championship here in this matchup against Natalina Corvino. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. You know, it's just so incredible to look back over so many tremendous years of action and excitement, as Natalina Corvino right there caught Misty James while she was talking to her manager there at ringside, and now she's trying to mount some offense here against Misty, catching her with a series of forearms here. She's got her rocking in the corner, does Corvino. Snap bears Misty James out to center ring and applies a chin lock, and she's got her ground on the line here. Ladies Championship is on the line, and both of them are fighting with everything they got to try to capture that ladies championship. And Mr. James now in control of the action here. Got Natalina and caught her right there. Big clothesline coming off the ropes, and in for a cover, only got a 1 count there, as Natalina Corvino was able to get out of that situation, and now she's getting out of the ring. She has hit the floor, and she's down there talking to her manager and trying to reassess this situation here as to how she can go about trying to defeat Mr. James. As Corvino still out on the floor, having a word of consultation, having a little drink of water, catch a breather here. But that's also allowing Mr. James to catch a breather. But Mr. James ain't having it. She's hit the floor. She's going after her, it looks like. She is. She's heading around the corner. Corvino now making her way back into the ring here. That manager needs to keep his hands to himself here. This is a ladies matchup. And Corvino now coming around. Oh, she just smacked Misty. Oh, yeah, Misty fired right back on her. You don't do that to Misty James. She's going to slap the devil right back out of you. And she's doing so right there at ringside. And Misty now. Misty choking her and nailing her with several knees there. I tell you what, she done raised the iron, that country girl. I don't think I've ever seen Misty James resort to such tactics. Misty James with a hard-fought win right there. Coming to you from the Carroll County Fair.
There you saw a little bit of action from the champion Misty James from the Southern States Wrestling Network and some action of her opponent. And you know, Danny's an up-and-coming star right here, very popular in this part of the country, just like Misty is. These two women are looking forward to going out and giving it 110% Saturday night, November 3rd, right there in Daniel Boone High School in Gray, Tennessee. Don't forget, if you're coming to the event, we'll be collecting canned food items, non-perishable food items for the Gray Food Bank, and we'll also be collecting new toys for the John Berry Toy Drive. So if you can, give a hand up, bring a can or two of food, bring a new toy for a little boy or girl, help someone have a special holiday season that might not have it. Now, let's take about 2.5 minutes and see what's new to the Southern States Wrestling Network this week, and I'm going to be back to tell you more about Saturday night, November 3rd.
Hey everyone, the Big Rig again. Getting ready for my debut down there in the Tri-Cities area for Bo James' 30th anniversary in wrestling. You don't want to miss it. I'm coming with the truck. I'm getting it ready to roll right now. So make sure to mark your calendars, November 3rd, Daniel Boone School. Be there.
There you saw him, maybe the biggest man you'll ever see in your life, coming to Daniel Boone High School this coming Saturday night, November 3rd. I'm talking about Big Rig Jake Brake, and he's also reminding you to bring a toy for a boy or girl there that night. Going to be a big night. Last week we also told you about the special challenge the Death Riders have made, and I'm hearing all kinds of rumors that some wrestlers from SSW past are going to be coming back Saturday night, November 3rd to face the Death Riders right there in their Street Fight Challenge. Coming up a little bit later on in the program, we're going to announce one more big match signed for Saturday night, November 3rd. Well, also, let's get right back to what we've been talking about the last few weeks. I'm talking about the big tag team match of Lemon Juice McGee's favorite team, Sean Cruz and the Mega Destroyers. They will be facing the very popular Kyle Maggard and Ray Idol. Let's hear from Sean Cruz in the Mega Destroyer. Let's see some action, and then we're going to hear from Kyle Maggard. Saturday night, November 3rd, these four men face off for the first time.
Folks, I'm here with Mega Destroyer Sean Cruz, and you guys just saw it. Ray Idle, Kyle Maggard. They're both big, they can move well, they're strong. You guys got your hands full.
Mega, they're big, and they're strong, and they move. Oh, you're right. They are. Ray, Kyle, you're studs. Stud athletes. Good on you. I don't look so imposing. Mega wears a mask. We just happen to be the most dangerous tag team in the Appalachians. See you November 3rd.
Contest is scheduled for one fall. He's sing first from parts unknown, Hell Tocado, the Fool. And his opponent from Southeast Kentucky, weighing in at 301 and 1.5 pounds, Kyle Maggard.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. El Delgado the Fourth. El Delgado the Fourth taking some quick shots at Kyle Maggard. But Kyle Maggard comes back, hits him with a big hip toss, and he's got him right where he wants him. Goes up. Got him up. Is he going to put him down for the body slam? Kyle Maggard making quick work so far after being attacked early on here on AMW TV. And here we go. El Delgado goes over, showing some athleticism there. And Kyle Maggard showing the strength early on here as he grabs him, slings him off the ropes, comes up with a huge spine buster. Kyle Maggard got it going early on here, folks. And again, later on tonight, we will have Dan Richards says that he has booked himself a debate with the president himself, Donald Trump. And Kyle Maggard got him up for the bottom. 1, 2, count to 5. It is over. Kyle Maggard hand raised here on AMW TV. Kyle Maggard.
Next Saturday night, Southern States Wrestling comes to Gray, Tennessee at the Daniel Boone High School. And what a big night it's going to be. It's a fundraiser for the Gray Community Chest. Everybody bring an unwrapped present for a little boy or a little girl. Now you're going to celebrate Bo James' 30 years in wrestling. 30 years in wrestling, Bo James. I just want to congratulate you on what an accolade. 30 years of up and down the road all over the world. Of whooping this one and a whooping that one. Now, in your match, you've got the legendary Don Wright in your corner. Going up against the progressive liberal, a man I know too well. And in his corner, Lemon Juice McGee. Well, I'm up here right now in the great city of Hazard, Kentucky. And I just had a little nice meeting with Lemon Juice McGee. That Jack Weasel just cost me and a buddy of mine, Sexy Stan Sierra, the AMW Tag Team Championships. Now, at Daniel Boone right there for Southern States Wrestling, I'm not going for any gold. I'm going up against two of his Legion of Juice in the Mega Destroyer and Sean Cruz. And it's kind of a revenge match for me. So I asked the guys there at Southern States, find me a partner. And they found me the one and only Ray Idle. Kyle Maggard, Ray Idle, first time ever teaming up. Lemon Juice, you better hope and pray that you can even make it to the main event. Because if you get involved in that match, there won't be any juice left in that lemon to squeeze when Bo James gets his hand on you.
There you heard and saw Sean Cruz and the Mega Destroyer. You saw Kyle Maggard in action get a big win. Heard from Kyle. We're getting ready for a big night, Saturday night, November 3rd. When we come back from our second and last break, I'm going to tell you one more big match that has been signed for Saturday night, November 3rd. 2.5 minutes to remind you about the Southern States Wrestling Network. $2.99 a month's all it takes to get you signed up for the Southern States Wrestling Network. 48 hours of footage up on there already. New stuff going up each and every week. Only $4.99 a month to relive the memories, relive the action, see the history, see the legends, see the stars of Southern States Wrestling. Southern States Wrestling Network. Make sure you check it out. Thank you to everyone who has checked it out. Thanks to the dozens that have subscribed and stayed with us our first 3 months on the network. We're only getting bigger and better each and every week. This weekend, new action going up from 1996 to go along with what I told you went up last week. It's going to be a great return to a bygone era of Southern States Wrestling. If you were watching us back then, come to the matches. You're going to love the action that's up on there. Plus, there's events from this year up on there also, so make sure you check it out. Now, I want to tell you about one more thing before we move back to the November the 3rd, Daniel Boone High School. Saturday, November 10th, Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia, right down State Street, the Sullivan County Veterans Parade. My dad, Roy, is going to be the keynote speaker and the Grand Marshal of the parade. My dad served in Vietnam, 2 tours, combat wounded, Bronze Star, and a lot of other medals that were given to him for his bravery and for his work for the United States as he went and fought for your freedom. It's a big honor for my dad, big honor for our family. We're going to be there at the parade. And I want to tell you about it. It's that time of year, trunk or treat. Calvary Baptist Church, Wednesday night, 1238 Pine Street, Kingsport, Tennessee. I'm going to be right there just like I am each and every year giving out candy to the kids, and I'm also going to be giving them a free wrestling ticket if you bring them down to Calvary this Wednesday night. I'll give every kid, while supplies last, a free ticket to get in Saturday night, November 3rd. Now let's talk about it. Just signed this week. A big match for Saturday night, November 3rd. 2 guys working hard to move up the ranks of professional wrestling, trying to get seen. Going to be on this big card. I'm talking about a longtime SSW favorite, Philip P.D. Lawson, as he will be taking on Dustin Steele right there Saturday night, November 3rd. These two had 2 big matches back at the Rumble on the River, the Fall Festival down there in Sigornsville, Tennessee, that we did back in Labor Day weekend, and they're looking forward to getting back in the ring with each other and try to settle a score. So right there, P.D. Lawson and Dustin Steele, Saturday night, November 3rd. Now, let's get down to the big deal for me Saturday night, November 3rd, other than celebrating my 30 years in professional wrestling. And I'm talking about you, Daniel Richards. And I'm talking about you, Lemon Juice McGee. And they sent an interview in. And it looks like my surprise last week of Don Wright being in my corner has got Lemon Juice a little upset. Let's go back, take a couple of minutes, and take a look at the career of Don Wright. See how mean and nasty he has been in the ring over the years. Then you're going to hear from Daniel Richards and Lemon Juice McGee, and then we're going to show you just a little bit of action of me and Dan Richards, Hillsville, Virginia, at the Carroll County Fair back in late August. And then I'm going to come back and tell you my thoughts about Saturday night, November 3rd.
Don Wright. Anytime you talk about wrestling with anyone in the mountain region, it's guaranteed 2 names will be brought up, and that is Ron and Don Wright. Don first started wrestling at the Kingsport Boys Club with his brother Ron and Whitey Caldwell. He turned pro shortly after graduating from high school. He was an overnight success with brother Ron, holding tag team titles in every region they wrestled in. At times, Ron and Don were the most loved or most hated wrestlers in the sport.
Oh yeah, they sure did. Certainly did. And watch Don challenge George Hyde now.
Oh yeah, he tagged him, told him to come on in and get him some. I tell you what, they'll put the Tennessee dog whooping on these boys.
Yes, sir.
Of course, he knows he's got a 5 count to break.
Kingsport is very good. What do we see Don Wright doing right now? Reaching into those tights or something.
Well, Don Wright, tell you what, there's no doubt about it. He's got a little something in his right hand, I believe, that he's going to be aiming for the noggin of Ricky Harrison with. As referee James McCone, I tell you, he needs eyes in the back of his head for this event here with Southern States Wrestling. As Don Wright's opening up now twice.
I got to go with the experience in this match rather than the youth. Don Wright kind of started it all off, pulling out that foreign object. Tony Peters getting rapidly involved in this match. The referee Jay McCone's back is turned, trying to keep the Boogie Woogie Man from entering into the square circle. So it's Wright and Rogers all against Harrison, with Tony Peters thrown in for good measure. And it doesn't matter right now that Ricky Harrison is the youngster out there with the edge and stamina and speed, perhaps.
Saturday, November 3rd in Gray, Tennessee. We have got this, man. I've got Bo James. I'm going to humiliate him in front of his own people. It's no disqualification, no count out. I've got you in my corner. Man, we have got this.
Whoa, no DQ?
Yeah.
No. He just said this thing that Don Wright was in his corner.
Yeah, what of it?
No DQ. He's basically just hired an assassin. I've been doing research on Don Wright. Don Wright and his brother, two of the deadliest. Have you seen the chisel? The blood, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. I didn't agree. No.
Yeah, listen, calm down, man. Look, I put you in my corner for a reason. You and I stick to the game plan that two brilliant liberal minds, we came together. We've got a plan. Man, it's going to crash over these guys just like the Blue Wave November 6th. But November 3rd, you and I have got Bo James. Don't worry about Don Wright. We got this, man. And they will be liberated.
I am the progressive liberal Daniel Richards. I've been on, listen sir, I'm not listening to you. I have been on national television. I've been on every newspaper. I've been on every podcast. I've been on international TV. And I deserve more respect than I'm getting right here. Listen, the Blue Wave is coming, and I don't care if this Russian bot is the referee or not. I'm winning. No one's going to join you in a Donald Trump chant, man. Listen.
Absolutely enrages the people, it seems, everywhere he goes, with the comments and the things he says about the people in the different towns that we visit all across this great land of ours. And I tell you what, that guy, he is something else. Bo James about to give him a good swift punch right in the mouth, which I think most everybody'd like to do, but we don't have that luxury. Bo James has to take care of that for us, as Daniel Richardson, he is just nonstop with his verbal assault on the fans, just continual. They blocked up collar and elbow. Bo James. Oh, there you go. Give him one to the breadbasket. Now you can punch him right in the nose or the mouth, either one. Get them both. It's, of course, Daniel Richardson, he knows how to stir up trouble, but he also knows how to run and hide. That's exactly what he's doing at this point in time.
Yes, he knows how to run and hide. That's why I asked for Saturday night, November 3rd, for our match to be a no count out. Because next Saturday night, Daniel Richards, if you try to run away, try to get out of that ring, I can come right after you, and I don't have to worry about the match being thrown out on a count out. I don't have to worry about a count out loss or a count out victory. I can come right out there on the floor and punch you right in your face and throw you right back in the ring. And Lemon Juice McGee, I can tell you're a little upset about Don Wright. I can tell you did the research because you know about the chisel. And the chisel may come out Saturday night, November 3rd, right there at Daniel Boone, right in the middle of your forehead, and I think that would be a great sight. And I hope Don Wright introduces you to a good old-fashioned East Tennessee dog whooping. Right there next week, Dan Richards, you talk about all the podcasts you've been on, you talk about all the newspapers, you talk about all the TV. I was right there along with you. In fact, just this past week, the Los Angeles Times came to Hazard, Kentucky to interview Dan Richards and myself for a story about professional wrestling in the Appalachians. It's going to be out in a few days. You know, we keep getting all this publicity, but nothing between me and you gets settled. You've got a little bit too big of a head now. You've let all this press go to you. You've let all this stuff make you believe that you're the best and the greatest in the world and you're the baddest man 10 feet tall and bulletproof. Well, I'm going to show you Saturday night, November 3rd, in front of my family, in front of my neighbors, in front of my friends, in front of my home folk right here in Washington County, that you can't run fast enough. You can't hide, because once I catch you, once I get you, I'm going to lay these upside your face, head and shoulders like you ain't never been hit in your life. Saturday night, November 3rd, it's going to be a fight to the finish. And Dan Richards, I don't believe you're tough enough to finish. God bless each and every one of you watching. Please bring a canned food item or a new toy next Saturday, Daniel Boone. I hope to see each and every one of you right there ringside. Don't forget Monday Kingsport Times News. Check out the story Matthew Lane did on me, 30 years in wrestling, in our big event at Daniel Boone. I hope to see you right here, Lord willing, next week to give you the last minute info about everything going on next Saturday night. And we're going to have a great time. See you ringside.